here's our little project that we have a control 4 on, right? Video Vision control 4, double click on right here. And here's the fact we've got 10 allocated. Now notice we turn our details right there, notice we have 50 that came in and 50 that are back ordered. Okay? Now, we want to ship those 10 of that item. Okay? We just literally go on the line, we press the F6 pack. It was sitting there, you just didn't realize it was sitting there. So I don't know that one has I don't think that one has a Alt P because I don't know what it is. Okay, and now it says make packing list. We click yes, and now it lets you ship less than the amount that's total, because you may only be shipping a portion of the quantity you want that you have in stock for that particular item. So this lets you to say, I want to ship all 10. So now you're staging your packing list. We go down to the next line, F6, and then you won't be getting this extra prompt. There's something turned on for that. Now in this particular case, we're only going to ship what we've allocated, which is 50. So when I click on this, it already knows to only ship what's come in. Okay, and click on that. And then down here for the cable, we might want to ship 5,000 feet versus 10,000 feet. So we can just do the same thing, right click over there, and now we can say I want to ship to 5,000 feet, like so. 5,000 feet. So I'm literally selecting which items I want shipped, just like this. Okay? And then when I'm done, I simply leave the project, and then it lets me, now some of my customers, they'll hold it. They won't lock it in until the morning when they actually give the tech, they can lock the right date. They may change the quantities on you. I really don't need that, or give me them all. So you've got some given, so you can hold it before you freeze it. Okay, that's what this is. But I'm just going to go right to print. Okay, and then you choose your shipping address, and then you can preview it like so. See if that's what you want. And sure enough, prior shipment, this shipment, total shipped, like so. And then did it print? And you would have, now it's asking, because you could have hit print up there. Did the packing list print correctly? What's actually being asked is, do you want to lock in these quantities? Because you may say, you know what? I don't need all that. So you got one more shot before you freeze it. And then if you say yes to that, like so, now if you go back into the project, notice we have a feature here called total shipped not invoiced. So the system knows that there's an inventory change, shipped not invoiced. That's a function we can turn on. It's not on in your system today. Now, if you want to see that packing list, you can just come over here to the info key and the ship log, and there's when it was shipped. So NASCA was the shipper on 3/22, and later on, if you want, you can actually store the waybill number. If you're shipping with Roadway or a UPS tracking number, you can stick all of that in here. Okay, and if you want to see the full packing list, you click on that guy, and there's a representation of the packing list, and it actually has a packing list number and a sequence number as well. And and your logo will be on yours. I already put your logo on all of them. And there's your packing list. Now, let's say, done. Let's say that Mr. Brian brings back 5 of those speakers.
That doesn't happen
here. The room isn't ready.
That's good.
Right? The room isn't ready. They keep, it's not secure. I'm not going to leave 5 projectors out there because I can't put them on the wall. Mm-hmm. That thing. So I can go right to this line right here, and I can do a -5. Reverse it, like so, and then create the packing list right now. Drop ship, preview. There's my reverse. Okay? And then, did it print correctly? Yes. Now we could go into the project. It shows only 5 have been shipped because you took back 5. Now, if you go on the info key a second time, go to ship log, you now have 2 entries. 10 went out on 320 this, and 5 came back.
So what if he brought them 5 back and they go into our inventory?
That's another subject. You actually will create a negative line in the project and return them to the job because that credits job cost.
Not here it doesn't.
Well, no, it should. It's to the benefit
It
of.
should, but
Oh, Mary Ellen ain't gonna like that. It
no.
still comes out of the job. Here.
Sure. We credit the job for the cost of those items.
No.
Doesn't change the selling price of the job.
It doesn't get credited. So
Oh, okay.
if
Now.
we bought it for a job, it gets used on
No,
the job.
I understand it, but
It gets charged to a job.
it's charged to the job as far as you issued a purchase order to your customer, to your vendor. It came in, but in fact, it's now free money.
Right.
So you're going to credit the cost to the project,
Exactly.
the amount of the credit. So our profitability of the job goes up. We're not giving it back to the client, but we're still going to credit it back to the job. So it increases our profitability, and we stick it back in the back room.
So it increases our inventory, increases our profitability against the job, but nothing really impacts the client.
Exactly.
Now, the flip side to that is
No, but
now you're increasing the profitability of the job, but you're increasing inventory on hand.
Right, but the likelihood of us being able to utilize that inventory.
It's slim and none.
Well,
And the other side of the coin is
but that's my point, right?
it's
Because
a
you've now brought it back into inventory.
it's
now it's
It can be returned.
well, if it wasn't returned though, now it works against the numbers at the end of the year essentially.
right.
If
You
it
could
doesn't
return it to it. You could return it to the customer vendor. Issue a negative purchase order will reduce your inventory, and you're waiting for a credit to come back from the vendor.
But at the end of the day,
I'm getting at it.
whether that's it makes sense, right? Because
Hey, you asked about a service ticket. You asked about a packing list. Okay, you did ask, right? Somebody asked about a packing
But
list.
the point is, that's at the end of the day, that's a discretionary thing. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't keep doing it the same way and not bring it back on, from the job and put it back through the system that way.
All right, so I'm going to stop the clock on that one.